We good, Chuck?
We good. We good. We live, baby. We live.
Yeah. Did he rename it?
Sundays and Wednesdays, yeah. 8 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. It's the crew and you. Let's go.
You can't get any better.
Best thing about it, the way he did it the right way.
With the crew and you, to the crew and you.
Do y'all have anything to say about
What up, baby? Welcome to the crew and you. Congratulations to my dog, Chuck Little John, the OG.
Y'all didn't notice I've been changing hats all night, have you?
No.
You've been doing
That
it.
way.
And so look, let me tell you, those dudes were the first one that I ever seen with the full tracksuit and no drawers. You know what I'm saying?
Understand that you can be at the bottom, you can be anything you want to be, and when that happens, you can be a champion like me.
Can you imagine 100 people just all yelling?
With the crew and you, to the crew and you. With the crew and you, to the crew and you.
What up? What up? What up? Welcome to the crew and you. I'm your guy OG. And to my right hand side, we got the Caters. Smoothest operator. Want to welcome everybody out there for joining us today. Those out there on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Thank you for coming to the show. I can't do it like G, but when you come to the show, don't come by yourself.
Don't come by yourself.
And make sure you hit that subscribe button out there, baby, if you already haven't. So like we got James Littlejohn first in the chair today, looks like.
What's up?
What's up? We got rights reviews tuning in. That's our guy G tuning in. Yeah, he's we without G tonight. He's on assignment. So y'all gonna have to bear with me and Corey tonight.
It's gonna be funny.
but I tell you what we can do though. I can talk about them Cowboys. Don't have to worry about no kickback.
But you know what? I'm gonna be you for a quick second.
Uh-oh.
So we come to the part of the weekend or the week when you got to get yourself over that hump. You got to get yourself to that Wednesday. You got to get yourself at that point where you can make it to the end of the week. We call that day, as my OG say, hump day.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Hump Day. Like Corey said, it's that middle of the week where you're just trying to get there and trying to get to that weekend. But I tell you what we're gonna do. Before we get started real good, we're gonna go ahead and give one of our sponsors this shout out, and that is my man, Cooking Dads. Cooking Dads.
You know, everybody drink responsible.
You won't want to take the opinion of a stranger. That type of advice is just not for you, because you're at that time of the day where you don't want to waste your money, and your plan is to throw back a shot or two. You're an alcohol person, and picking out a brand is fairly new. If you want something to go with your burger, possibly a steak, then check out Cooking Dad's Drink Reviews. Remember, drink responsibly and click that subscribe too, and go with the one the crew and you trust. Cooking Dad's Drink Reviews.
Thanks, Cooking Dads, for being our wonderful sponsor of this very first segment. So everybody, welcome to episode 34. We have a few good topics out there for you today that we're going to discuss. And please put your name in the chat line so we can shout you out.
No doubt. What you want to get into first, OG?
I tell you what, let's get into. I know we talked about it briefly, and this kind of gets us our preliminary picks on who we think will progress initially in the college playoffs.
Okay.
So we touched on it last week as far as the teams that are out there, and those of you in the chat, you can put your picks in the chat also. So we're gonna start out by I go ahead and mention the team. So we got Oklahoma playing Alabama, Oregon playing James Madison, Texas A&M playing Miami, and Ole Miss playing Tulane.
So let me throw this out for them two that you just said. Let me ask you this: why is Tulane and Madison in this thing? Explain it to me.
I think that they were the I guess higher ranked conference championships. Conference champions.
What conferences?
I don't know what conferences now, but I know I do know that James Madison got in because Duke beat Virginia. They kept saying that during the game.
Okay. Oh, so it's an ACC.
No. James Madison not in the ACC.
Not ACC.
Then I'm saying they got in because Duke beat Virginia. If Virginia had won, then James Madison wouldn't have got in because Virginia would have been a higher ranked conference champion.
And that's what I'm saying. So I'm lost on it. So it has to be a conference champion to get in. You know what I'm saying?
You don't have to be a conference champion to get in, but the criteria for the at-large berths, conference champion and high rank.
Because we all know this Tulane and Madison, they about to be some massacres here, you know. But I guess you got to give a little man a shot. Is what you're saying? Is how this thing is set up.
You gotta give a little man a shot.
Well, let's get them two out the way right there. Ole Miss gonna mollywop somebody, and who's the other?
Before we do that, G had a question. He said, out of those games, before we make our picks, which one of these games do we think is gonna be the best game?
Best game. Okay, so we just took two out. You know what I mean? It's for the best game.
Okay, so you're saying that we just took two out. So we took out Oregon and James Madison, and Ole Miss and Tulane.
Them out. Them ain't no best game. Them gonna be some David and Goliath.
The other two are Oklahoma and Alabama, who's already played once, and Texas A&M and Miami.
I think the most exciting is going to be Texas A&M and Miami. Exciting to me, anyway. Now,
exciting. So is exciting qualify for best, or what does exciting qualify as?
Because I think me and you always been on the same page as far as the SEC game. The SEC game is going to be it's two Goliaths coming at each other versus high octane. So exciting to me versus the best. Which one is the best game that I want to see? I guess I'm more interested in the Miami game. I guess you know what I mean.
To me, based on the first game, I think the Bama Oklahoma game would be the best.
Yeah. Okay.
They battled the first game.
But that's the crazy part for me. Like Alabama is crap this year, and they keep giving them. They keep giving these guys opportunities. They were sloppy against Alabama. I'm sorry, we mollywopped them against Georgia. They were sloppy against Auburn. They were sloppy against Ole Miss. And I just don't understand it. But so I guess because I got a problem with Bama, I don't want to see them anyway. You feel me?
We talked about this. I think Bama got in because of the fact that Notre Dame is not in the conference.
Man, that's crazy.
And they weighed the fact that, this is me thinking out loud, they weighed the fact that Alabama made it to their conference championship and Notre Dame was just sit back wait.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, because I looked into that hole that you were talking about as far as no conference. Now, when I went down that rabbit hole looking at the fact or how long it's been since they've actually been in a conference, it's been a long time. They've been independent for a very long time.
Right.
Now, can you tell me the last team that was independent that joined a conference that was similar to Notre Dame?
The last team that was independent?
I'm gonna give you a hint. It's in the South.
In the South. A prominent team?
Prominent, yes.
That was independent.
And I give you another hint. This college is private.
It's also private. In the South. A private school in the South.
Yep.
I still don't know. I don't know too many private schools in the South.
That's prominent. TCY family, I'm finna give it to you now. The last team to do that was my University of Miami.
I started to say Miami, but I didn't think Miami was private.
So Miami was private, then they ACC, and then they went. They came out of it and went. Right now they're in the ACC right now, right? Or where are they now?
They're in the ACC.
But they jumped in and out before. They've given them opportunity, and I forget what year it said it was, but they did the same thing for a while. They were independent. They wanted to make their own schedules. They were always one of the toughest teams on their schedule. But then they eventually had the same problem that Notre Dame is having now, where they kind of lost weight whenever you started to go on your own. And they joined the ACC. But at the same time, remember in the 80s and 90s, ACC was king, or at least they were tough.
Right.
The Florida States and the rest of those guys. Right. But since then, they like I said, they've got into it. They've been on in a conference, and they hadn't had these problems. Now Notre Dame has held steadfast to being on their own for a very long time, and I don't know if they're going to ever get in a conference. OG.
Yeah, they. I remember one year. I can't remember which year it was, but they competed in the ACC. I think it was during COVID time or something like that.
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was only 1 year.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they keep getting shined upon like they did this year, will they eventually get in the conference? I mean, they in the ACC in every other sport.
So this the crazy part that they got I think it's an ESPN deal. They used to have an ABC deal, or that Wild World of Sports, whatever it is. They take all their money, all their TV revenue. They take it all. They don't want to share it with the SEC. They don't want to share it with nobody. So I think they've been so used to making their own bread. I just don't see it. Let me tell you the thing that bothers me. But like I said, after you had said that, the one thing that gets me is Notre Dame was ranked 8, 9, or whatever for the past 5 weeks, and then it comes down to this, and you drop them 2 spots to 11 to catapult a mollywopped Alabama team. You see what I'm saying?
I tell you why. I tell you why. Because of the extra game. I think that they're weighing the fact that Alabama made it to their SEC conference championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame was just sitting at home while the majority of these other teams in the playoffs now, the majority of them in the playoffs, can't say all of them, Texas A&M didn't, but the majority of these teams in the playoffs were playing for conference
titles. Yeah, right. Yeah. You know what? Maybe one of these conferences, sort of like when the Big Ten exploded and they went their own separate ways or whatever. Some of these teams got to start asking, "Hey, Notre Dame, like if you really want to be a contender somewhere, Big Ten, we know they don't want none of this SEC, but somebody got to do something. Hey, listen, if you don't want this problem, or at least the AD that's been there at Notre Dame for 40 years or whatever, the old man, but somebody got to get him out of there and go, hey, listen, Father, we got to get in a conference,
But they're in a conference in every other sport.
Yes,
they're in the ACC in every other sport.
They're in the ACC in basketball.
ACC in basketball, women's basketball too.
So let me ask you this: Does Notre Dame fit in the ACC in football?
The way the ACC is going right now, I mean, Miami was pretty good this year. Virginia surprisingly was good. Georgia Tech was good.
Yeah.
Clemson, not so good. So to me, right now, and Clemson had been being good, but this year was a down year for them. And
Florida State down year.
They would probably be one of the top 4 teams in I guess in the ACC as it stands right now. Yeah. But the thing is, the ACC has sometimes been shown upon because of the competition level. Sometimes now it's better this year than it's been probably over the years as far as the teams they have ranked.
Mm-hmm.
But in the past, times it's only been the Clemson and the Florida State that's been ranked. Even Miami hadn't been ranked that often. And I could be wrong about that. Maybe Miami has been ranked, but they don't have the stellar competition in the ACC right now. Let's put it that way.
So with that being said, I would want them because I agree with you on that. They don't have that kind of competition, and Notre Dame, they got a cult following and they get a lot of good players. I would want to see them put them in like they continue to play every other year, or every so often. They'll play your Ohio States, your Penn States, your Michigans. That's where they at. They're in that cold belt right in the Midwest. Get in there, get there and start playing them jokers. Put yourself in that conference and let's see what happens. Get in the big team.
Or what the option could be is if you go to the ACC, then schedule your non-conference, schedule good ranked teams on your non-conference schedule to boost you up in the rankings based on the competition you played. Since the ACC doesn't have that many top caliber teams, so at least you're showing that I'm going out and I'm playing. I can still go out and schedule the Penn States and the Ohio States and the bigger teams with my non-conference schedule, with my non-conference games, instead of maybe scheduling, your FCS teams.
Yeah, I got you.
That could be an option too, but it just looks like they don't want to join the conference in football, like you said, because they don't want to share their money.
Yeah, they ain't sharing. Nah. So yeah, I'm going with to go back, I guess, to the original question. I'd rather see the Miami game versus like I said, I think Oklahoma gonna take care of business. I'm tired of the FCS coddling Alabama. And look, if y'all got a minute, so last year they had two guys on that committee that had ties to Alabama. So I went back and I doubled back on my statement last week when I was saying they still got two guys. They got one. He used to be a player in '88 on the Alabama team's defensive guy. He's on that committee now. They replaced I guess they got another person on that committee, but it's only one black lady on it. And the rest of them are Southern, or not say Southern men, but they just men, Caucasian men. But
okay,
yeah, they voted to.
Yeah, I guess we don't have to make our picks tonight because the first game is not until the 19th.
The first college game.
Yeah, the first college game is not until the 19th. So,
I thought they were playing this weekend.
No. It's gonna be I guess a few bowls this weekend, but yeah, they don't. What I'm looking at right now, the first games are the 19th and the 20th. Oklahoma and Alabama play on the 19th, and the other three games are on the 20th.
So look, so before we leave off of this Notre Dame situation, right? So it's been other colleges who have decided to not play in certain bowl games because of, like I said, I ain't saying it's the backlash, but how they picked or how they did Notre Dame this year. So let me ask you this question. So say for example, how they said, listen, if we're not playing for the national championship game, I don't want to play for the Bojangles Chicken Bowl. I don't want to play for the Meineke Exhaust Tire Bowl. On your ring, does that bowl mean something to you versus the national championship game? And I'm not putting down Bojangles Chicken or Meineke Tire Bowl or whatever, Exhaust Bowl, but would you want one of these bowl games with these funny names or funny sponsors on it?
I don't know. To me, and going through what I've gone through the whole season,
yeah.
And the goal is to get, everybody has a goal to get at least 6+ wins, so you can make sure you get to a bowl game and have that extra game to play. Some of these athletes on these college teams, majority of them are not going pro. So by you going to another game, that gives them that very last opportunity to play another game.
Oh, I ain't thinking about that. That's like the seniors on this team.
Yeah, like the seniors. I mean, and like you said, you're going through. I mean, we just talk about this season. You're going through whatever this season to get prepared and get to this point. You got 6+ wins. You're eligible for a bowl. And because your AD is disgruntled about how things went down,
Mhm.
You're gonna make the decision not to give these kids an opportunity to play again. Some of them can play again and be seen, and some of them can, like in these small schools, they don't get national television recognition.
Yeah.
They could get in the game and shine and raise their potential stock, maybe to go to the NFL where people weren't even looking at them.
And they're not gonna get that shot. Dang, that is terrible.
You take away that opportunity because the smaller schools the smaller schools really don't have the combines and everything. Coach, I mean, scouts don't show up there, so you're taking away. To me, you're taking away an opportunity for a person to have that last game. To be a college athlete, to be a college football athlete.
Yeah, you didn't get a conference bowl or a conference game, so you out that week and then you don't play for a bowl game. Yeah, I guess so. I guess I was in my feelings because I wouldn't want on my ring, Bojangles, the Bojangles chicken bowl or whatever. Because I know some of these sponsors are just getting really goofy. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I thought that's how the AD was thinking. Like, this is Notre Dame and we're playing for the the Meineke Bowl or whatever. He felt like that was beneath them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, all right,
so she is asking, has that changed now because they have the playoffs? Like that's the goal now, where bowl games used to be the goal. I mean, everybody can't make it's only 12 teams making it to the playoffs.
Right.
So as a school, probably mid-season, when they start first coming out with these playoff rankings, that your chances are you're not going to make it to the playoffs. But still, why take away that opportunity? To me, I think instead of an AD for Notre Dame making that decision, I wonder if he went to the players and asked the players. Or was he just upset because they were left out of the playoffs? He just arbitrarily made that decision that we're not playing in whatever bowl you give us to play in.
I doubt he went to those kids because I think, like you just said, this is Notre Dame we're talking about here. Some of these kids have aspirations of making it to play on Sunday, right. And I think I could probably be one of them kids. I know. Listen, I know that I have a long shot, but I'm on Notre Dame's team. I got a chance to be seen one more again on the national stage. I want to play. I want to play. So. Yeah,
I done practiced all season, and I hear blood, sweat, and tears trying to get to this point. I have a last game opportunity, but because you are disgruntled with the playoff selections, you gonna say we're not playing in the game. And then the other thing I'm wondering is, is the playoff committee gonna start looking at things like this?
Man, so in my opinion, the playoff committee is
they're gonna take this thing.
The playoff committee, their first goal, well, they said their first rule of thumb or whatever it is supposed to be to get the best 12 teams. But we already understand it's not the best 12 because of that, Tulane and whatever the Mammoth school is or whatever the other school is. So, James Madison. Right. So we understand that in a perfect world, like any team in the SEC could mollywop these two teams, but like you said, because their conferences or however this thing happened, they somebody got steamrolled and somebody got an opportunity. So to answer G's question, has it changed? I think so. It has changed because now you got 12 opportunities, but I do feel like some of these bowls have watered down because they just want to get their name out there. They've watered down the importance of doing better than 6 wins, because I think they said James Madison only had 7 wins, maybe. It was one of them teams that had an opportunity but only had 7 wins. I don't know.
James Madison is 12-1.
What about Tulane?
Tulane was 11-2.
Okay, it was one, or maybe it was the 2 teams that they played to get there or whatever.
Yeah, in the final playoff rankings, Tulane was ranked 20th. And James Madison was ranked 24th. That's why they kept saying that if Virginia had won, James Madison wouldn't have gotten in because I think Virginia would have been higher ranked than James Madison and won their conference championship.
So that's, I guess, where I'm confused at. I ain't gonna say it's confused. I just don't like it how, I guess that's just the roll of the dice. Where 25 or 24 could get a shot at the title. You know, this ain't basketball though. That's what I'm saying. This ain't basketball where a Tulane can come in. Oh my God, Tulane has just beat South Carolina. This ain't how it's happened. This is football. You know. So if I would that, I would take that part out because like you said, Miami should be there. Well, they're there. Notre Dame should be there. They'll mollywop these two teams. You know, you're not finding out who the best team is. Notre Dame was ranked 7, 8, 9, whatever it is, the past 5. Okay, so they lost to Miami in the opener, and then they lost the second game. Then they made their way back up into the top 10. You know, and they've been a part of that top 10, 7, 8, 9 for the past 5, 6 weeks, and then all of a sudden you come out and say, well, we looked at both teams after this last week, and because of the head-to-head, Miami gets in. But then you scoop one down and move in Alabama. It's in the way. I know we don't talk too long.
In their final rankings, Alabama was number 9. Notre Dame was number 11.
That's crazy.
That's in their final rank. I'm looking at the final playoff rankings. That's what we have.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna ask you one more question about this.
Yes, sir.
So, Ohio State.
Uh-huh.
Ohio State lost in the Big Ten championship game.
Yep.
Texas Tech and Georgia both won their championship games.
Uh-huh.
All three of them have a record of 12-1. Should Ohio State have dropped down to number 4 because everybody else won their conference championship game?
So, to be fair, in my opinion, Notre Dame, Ohio State was number 1 all year long, and they came across a 11-1, an undefeated Indiana team. Yeah, right. So because they both were undefeated, I don't think they did bad with that. I would have probably wanted Georgia to move up to number 2, move Ohio State down. But let's say if you number 1 coming to your conference, if you're going by the way that they do things, your conference championship or your conference loss shouldn't hurt you that bad, right? Because that's how they actually rewarded Alabama. They got mollywopped in the conference, but they were this is a 11-1 Georgia squad that's really hard, so we're not going to penalize them. So I'm gonna go with how they do things and not penalize. You move them down to number 2, cool, I get it. You're trying to do the same things that you did with another team, but you also rewarded one. So to answer that question, I don't have a problem with them moving them down. I wouldn't have moved Georgia ahead of them, because they were always number 1. We had to fight our way back up from, I think, 5 to 4 or whatever, so.
I guess I'm the direct opposite. I haven't moved them down.
Dang. To what?
To 4.
After being number 1 for 11 weeks?
After being number 1 for 11 weeks because everybody else won their conference championship.
But what about how they do, OG? They don't penalize you for losing your conference championship. Not like that. The only reason why they had to penalize them because this was in their conference. Mano y mano, 1 and 2.
That's just where I feel. I mean, we all play that conference championship. We all end up with a 12, regardless of the fact you was number 1 all season long.
Yeah.
All end up with a 12-1 record. All 3 of us, Ohio State, Georgia, and Texas Tech, all end up with a 12-1 record. But Georgia won their conference championship. Texas Tech won theirs.
Now what, we move up 1 spot, right? Then we stay in the same spot. Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
So we were 4 to 3, right?
The Texas Tech it's 4.
Yeah. So
that's just the way I feel. I mean,
I got you.
That's what I would have done.
All right. Well, cool. Good segment, man. Good segment.
All right. Before we go into our next segment, let's give our other sponsor his shout out, Mr. Alvin Jameson.
What's up, Big Phil?
Are you in the market for a new home or looking to refinance your conventional, FHA, or VA loan? The crew and you have the perfect guy for you, the Mortgage Guy. Alvin Jameson.
Alvin Jameson.
That's right, Alvin Jameson at alvinjameson.com. You can also reach him as we do at 404-587-9033. Financing a home can be one of the biggest investments you can make. Go with the one the crew and you trust, Alvin Jameson. And when you reach out to him, let him know you heard it from the crew and you.
Thank you, Mr. Alvin Jameson, for being the sponsor of our very second segment. So for our second segment, but before we leave the first segment and talking about college football, I don't have to make a choice, but you and G need to make a choice about this Celebration Bowl featuring the South Carolina State Bulldogs against Prairie View. I don't even know what Prairie View's mascot is. That's a shame. What's Prairie View mascot?
PV. Oh man, you got me. I think it's I think they're Bulldogs too. What's the PV?
You're supposed to know. Cool.
I don't listen. I'm a SWAC guy, but like we played Prairie View every year. But golly, what's PV? I don't know what their mascot is, honestly. Prairie View. And PV is it's Panthers. Okay.
Yeah. And the Prairie View Panthers.
Yeah, Texas school.
Yes, sir. Texas school. So who you got?
I got y'all.
All right.
Hold on. What's Prairie View's record?
10-3.
They 10-3 this year?
Yeah. That's
Get out of here. And South Carolina State is what?
9-3.
I'm sorry. I'm going with SWAC. My bad. Hold up. Hold on. Y'all been proving people wrong all year. They've been disrespecting y'all all year. You've been on this whole rant about people putting y'all down for homecomings and all kind of stuff like that. And then y'all really have a reputation for showing up for bowl games and homecomings. So
who you going?
I got one question for you. When we went to the game last year and they played J State, did y'all win or lose?
You mean the Celebration Bowl?
That wasn't the Celebration Bowl when we went, right? Was it?
Oh, that was 2 years ago. We went. That was Jackson State. We lost that game, but State went to the Celebration Bowl last year and lost to Jackson State.
All right, so y'all hadn't won a Celebration Bowl. I mean, y'all hadn't won.
We won in 2021. We went last year.
Yeah.
And lost, but we didn't go in any time in between there, and we're back this year.
Let me tell you something. I would never do this, but you know, so I'm gonna stick with the SWAC. I'm gonna put 10 wings on PV on you. What you got?
10 wings. Oh, we can do that. Don't nobody never paid, but we can do it. Gee, you can put it in the chat, or you can let us know later who you got in the South Carolina State in the Celebration Bowl.
Celebration Bowl here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes, sir. Straight down in Mercedes-Benz at 12:00 p.m.
It's in the Benz this year.
That's what it always is.
I thought it was in Georgia State Stadium. I thought that's where we went.
That's when they play the MEAC SWAC Challenge.
Oh, SWAC Challenge. Okay, that's what we went. Okay.
Yeah, the Celebration Bowl is always in the.
But you know what's crazy? That's the same game. The MEAC SWAC Challenge versus the Celebration. It's the same game. MEAC versus SWAC.
But it may not be the same two teams because the team's different in the challenge. Like this past year, but y'all played Central.
Okay, but I'm just saying it features a SWAC team versus a MEAC team.
Oh, exactly.
It's always been something like that. The 100 Black Men game, the Freedom Bowl. You know, whatever's here in Atlanta, it's gonna feature SWAC versus MEAC.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's cool. Well, yeah, man. I'm going. I guess I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stand on business, and I'm gonna stand with the SWAC, and hope that we tear your butt up.
Yeah, you can see in my background who I'm going with. Ain't no doubt.
For sure.
All day, every day. All right, so now let's transition to the NFL. And the first topic I want to bring up is, what do you think about the Colts bringing 44-year-old who hadn't played since I think 2020,
5 years,
when he finished with the Colts, Phillip Rivers?
Where have we gone with the league when somebody in the front office goes, "Hey man, has anybody talked to Philip? You know, has anybody called that old man Rivers? What? There's no other quarterbacks in the league that you can call." And I get what they're saying, that we're right on the cusp of we're right in the hunt. Who would we trust to put behind the center in order to play? Is there anybody else out there? Is there anybody else, that you can make a phone call to play, I guess 4 games left?
Yeah.
Has he thrown a ball? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what made them reach out to him, but maybe they think that he can be another Joe Flacco.
Just call him. Hey man, what you doing? Be here on Wednesday. Be here on Wednesday before practice start.
Yeah, maybe that's what they're hoping, but I don't know. To call this 44-year-old up, been at the league for 5 years, and I'm not sure if he's gonna be the starter. I'm not sure what he's gonna be.
Where is he gonna be? I mean, like,
you think he'll be the starter? It's first week.
Who else gonna? I don't know who else gonna do it. They said all the other guys are hurt. Richardson ain't 100%. Who else they got?
They got the guy that finished up the game for him when Danny Dimes got hurt last week.
And that dude was trash. I think they cut him. But I guess it's unfair that this league is set up that way. And I ain't gonna say unfair. But I don't want to go there with the whole Kaepernick situation, because I know he definitely should, he didn't get a call because he ain't played nowhere in 10 years. You know what I'm saying? But what's the kid that came and wore us out, the rocket scientist? Where is he at?
Who was that?
Kid that played at Tennessee and played us last year, and then he went, like, he had 3 teams in one season. The bald head guy that got alopecia, because he don't have no eyebrows, and he went to Tennessee.
He went to Tennessee?
Yeah. TCY family, help me out here. What's the dude name? He came and played. I think he ended up going to the 49ers. He ended up going to the Tennessee Titans. But he came to Atlanta with 3 games, with 3 days of practice, and beat us. What's that dude name, man? He got no eyebrows, no hair on the top of his head, but they say he got an IQ of 190, and if he wasn't playing football, he'd be working at NASA.
He ain't Josh Dobbs, is it?
Joshua Dobbs. Yeah. Where is he? That's what I'm saying, OG. There's no quarterbacks out there that ain't,
Yeah, James Lee put Dobbs in there.
Yeah. Ritter ain't on no team. And I'm just saying, I know Ritter ain't trash, but you gonna call a 44-year-old man?
I'm sure, and I guess maybe they got confidence in him from the last time he played 5 years ago. But right. I'm sure there's quarterbacks on some teams' practice squads that they could have potentially picked up.
Okay, and they ain't got nobody on their practice squad that they could have picked.
They could have gone and got Russell Wilson from the Giants.
Couldn't they do that at this point though? Russell ain't, because Russell is.
But if he is he on the practice squad? I'm not sure what he's doing, because I know he's third man in the line.
Yeah, I don't think they could do that because I think he's still a Giant. But just like last Sunday, he was a healthy scratch. He on the team. They just he ain't got to dress out, Russ. Matt Ryan was on the team last year, and Matt Ryan is 4 years younger. For 4 games, I'm sure Matt could have did something on the squad they got.
Maybe they just love Phillip Rivers for some reason.
Maybe
they called him up. He lay on his couch playing with his kids.
Damn. He just had another baby.
Think he played 4 games? Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Hey, if you play well enough, you get a playoff game.
James, I looked it up. It says he's making between $17,500 and $22,000 a week.
$17,500 and $22,000 a week.
Yep.
So worst case scenario, if $17,500 times 4, And so in a month's time, what is that? 2, 4, 6, 8. You know, almost $75,000. Almost.
Yep.
In 4 weeks.
$70,000 for 17.5.
Okay, 7. Yeah, that's not bad. If he do 20, if they, you know, you come out and do 22 stats, you make over 80, right?
Yeah. Hey.
What kind of world do we live in when you can do that?
Phillip Rivers.
Golly. So look, while we're talking about NFL, I got a question to ask you, and I call this my conspiracy theory section here right there.
Okay.
So doing a little bit of like I said, you know, I got a lot of time to sit around sometimes and go down a rabbit hole. So do you remember this is I want to say it's 1991, 92 when Deion Sanders was playing both football and baseball and played, you know, played baseball on the same day. There was a reporter. I had it on top of my head, but I think it was if TCY family help me out here, James, look it up. There was a reporter that was giving him hell about, you know, he threw water on him at the press conference. Deion came, had a bucket of ice water, and his statement to the dude was, "You need to cool off." You know, I need y'all to help me here because this conspiracy theory may answer some questions as to why Kevin Stefanski does not like Deion Sanders. So I got the answer, but I want y'all to look the name up for me. I think it's Tom Severs, but I may be wrong. But look the name up of the reporter who Deion Sanders doused ice water on doing, you know, whenever the Braves had just won, you know, playoff game, and Deion had just, you know, played a Falcons game and played a Braves game. Once you get that name, but I'm gonna ask you this, G. When that name comes up, what I found out is that guy, that reporter, is Kevin Stefanski's father-in-law. Do you think that the reason why Kevin Stefanski has given Shador such a hard time is because that's his Deion did his father-in-law shade, you know, by pouring water on him.
Tim McCarver?
Tim McCarver, yes. If you look up Tim McCarver, Kevin Stefanski's wife, that's her father. So this is Kevin's father-in-law.
Well, I mean, he may hold some type of grudge, but if you hold in a grudge, and I guess you're a coach, why would you even agree to draft him?
Did he agree, or was this you know
or he agreed to draft him so he could do what he did.
so he can drag him.
Yeah, so I can leave you on the bench for the most of the season, even though you may be the best quarterback on the team.
Yeah.
Me, by doing something like that, though, that's my grandmother used to say, that's cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you're the head coach. You're trying to win games. But you're going to leave this kid on the bench, taking away your opportunity to potentially win and maybe save your job.
The only messed up part about that is Tim McCarver died, I think they said 2 years ago. But like I said, when I saw that TikTok and somebody said, I figured it out, you know, and he said Tim McCarver, his daughter is married to Kevin Stefanski. And maybe, you know, because, you know, on his deathbed, I'm going to avenge you. I'm going to wear this kid out, you know, I'm going to sit him. But like you just said, cut your nose, spite your face. But would you go that far, though?
I mean, I know my wife said I have a hard time doing this sometimes too, and that's letting go of things. I mean, okay. I got to the point where I can forgive, but I don't forget.
Ain't forgetting. Hey, look, we know that from the show, boy. You write it down. I can only imagine if somebody pissed you out.
You know? Yeah, so I can forgive, but don't forget, and so maybe that's the kind of mentality he's got.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I mean, I don't forget, but I guess the thing is you personally, I mean, me personally, you can't just hold that stuff in and live with it, whatever the case may be. It's gonna come back to haunt you.
Mm-hmm.
you trying to get back at somebody. So I learned that in my old age. Yeah, no need holding that grudge forever and ever in a day, because
Yeah.
ultimately it's gonna affect you. If that person don't even know you really got the grudge, unless you just go and tell them. But some people I do, but yeah, maybe maybe that is the case. But that is a definitely an interesting fact.
Yeah, yeah. When I looked that up, and and like I said, I just looked into it when he said it. You know, like I said, guy on TikTok, and I'm like, McCarver, that's his. And the guy said it was actually his grandfather, but then I looked into it, and another TikToker said that it was actually his father-in-law. So whoever his wife is, that was her father, or either maybe granddad. It was something, but he through marriage relations, there's a connection with Tim McCarver and Deion Sanders, and now Shador Sanders. You know what I'm saying? So I know that's why I'm saying it's a conspiracy theory, and it goes down the rabbit hole a little bit. But that's why I wanted to ask you: is there some sense there?
And like you say, it very well could be. And I remember that because they did like I don't know, I guess you call it a documentary
Mm-hmm.
on that day that the Deion play, and they actually showed that in the documentary of him throwing that water on my man.
Embarrassing to do. Yeah, I think that changed that whole dude career. And Deion told you to cool off and hit you with some ice water.
Yep.
But I'll say, huh?
No, go ahead.
But I'll say this here, even during that time when Deion, and honestly, I remember that time. And I was excited to say I got a player for the Falcons and for the Braves that's playing in the same day. It was history being made, But you had guys like Tim. I don't know him, but I'm just saying it was reporters like him that sort of like how Rex Ryan is. Well, you just can't do nothing right, Deion was the ultimate athlete, and all he was saying was, I can play. If the Braves need me, I can play.
Right.
The both teams are lined up where I have the money to play on Sunday at 1:00, and I can make it back to Atlanta by 7. Who can't? He said, who can't do that? I got the money to do it. And then the crazy part was, it was the owner that flew him in. He said, look, I'll fly myself in. He said, because I know I'm under contract, I will fly myself in. I got the money to do that. And he made it with like an hour to spare. He was able to dress out. Now, this is the crazy part. He dressed out, but he didn't play, from what I remember. He just dressed out for both games. And I think he made, from what I remember, he made a pinch hit, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't start, from what I remember. Who said the fake news? Jane Little John. Just look up Tim McCarver and see if you wiki Tim McCarver. That's why I said I was just going down. That's what conspiracy theories are, brother. I ain't said look, I just saw what somebody else put out there, and if there's some truth to it, that's what I was asking. But if you
actually, I'm like saying the same thing. It's fake news.
Fake news. Okay, look, that's why that's conspiracy theory is what the section was. You know what I'm saying? Because I was trying to figure out was there some truth to it.
Right. Yeah, I don't know why people do put all this fake stuff like that. I mean, some of the fake stuff they put out there is very harmful. I mean, to the fact that something has happened to somebody.
Yeah,
and that in actuality is not true. So I don't know why people put out this news out there that's incorrect or whatever the case may be.
Okay, but they do see it out there though, right? They see it.
Yeah. I mean, Kamar put in that little chat line where he saw it there.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's why I said conspiracy theory. You know what I mean?
Well, you had another conspiracy theory that since we got a few minutes before we make our picks. Then you have
What's
another
the other? What was the other one I put?
About the Eagles.
Oh, okay. All right, so I got another question for y'all out there. So, I'm looking at what they said was the reason why the Eagles are having the woes that they're having right now. Was it 4-game losing streak or 3?
I think it's a 3-game losing streak.
Okay, so in this 3-game losing streak, they said before the losing streak happened, what's number 11's name?
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown. He was averaging 40 yards a catch, and that's why he was complaining. So what they've been doing is they've been forcing the ball to him to get his 100 yards and get his 10 catches and targets and all that. But ever since he's gotten those 10 catches a game, they've lost every game because they would. And this is my question to you. Like I said, conspiracy theory section. Do you feel like the reason why they're losing is because now you got Hurts forcing himself to throw balls that he wouldn't normally throw, trying to get this man his number so he's not complaining as much? But in the process, we're losing.
And that, I mean, you could look at it that way, but one thing I'm appreciative of is that I hope they keep throwing to him. Because he's a team in the playoffs.
Oh.
But that, yeah, I mean, that could be true because you know it's been evident that he's come out and said that he wants the ball, so he kind of put him in them TO kind of situation.
Yo, tantrum, yeah.
By being disgruntled. So, and that, I mean, that's a very valid point.
And he threw 4 interceptions in that game, and 2 of them trying to force it to the AJ Brown.
But then, so that's why a couple of them with AJ Brown. AJ Brown probably should have caught too.
Yeah, tapping them up. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
and that's what I was saying. Is it conspiracy that they lost because he's forcing the ball? You know, trying to keep his diva receiver happy. You know, when we understand that that's not necessarily Hurts' game to just throw. He make better decisions when he doesn't have to throw as much. We understand that. But I wanted to add that to the conspiracy theory that the reason why they're losing is because they continue to force AJ Brown's, stats up. You know what I mean? And I wanted to see if you thought that there was some truth to that.
Yeah, it could very well be some truth to that. I agree. Yeah. Especially the fact that they going on this little loser streak that I'm sure G is jumping up and down about, thinking that that's
right,
making for them to get right on in the playoffs, but.
Yeah, making his reels about it. True that.
Yeah.
All right, well, cool. Well, yeah. I appreciate y'all looking that stuff up. But if it's fake news on the Tim McCarver thing, like I said, I saw it too. That's why I said this is conspiracy theory section. So cool. Let's get
into our picks.
All right.
So here we go. Start out with the interdivision game.
Okay.
And that just happened to be your Atlanta Falcons against the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your money on Tampa Bay. Look, real quick, OG, let me tell you. So my wife, we get to the game on Sunday, right? And so we call our ticket rep because they keep giving out flags every Sunday. I said, I'm tired of getting flags. So they came with a bag of trinkets and stuff, keychains and stickers and magnets and all that little stuff. Gave me a bag of stuff. And so we're sitting at the game, and at first I kind of got excited. I said, we keeping up with the Seattle Seahawks, Then somebody said, hey man, let's start playing football. They scored 31 points in the second half. When I tell you, people look, the guy that sits next to me, he said, hey man, you coming back? And I said, so we text the rep, and Kanisha goes, if you call us after this season talking about the ticket season going up, you ain't gonna like the conversation we had because they've done that every year. But Tampa Bay, I got Tampa Bay. Who you got, brother?
I'm unfortunate, Corey. I'm gonna have to go with Tampa Bay too.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Next game, we have the Baltimore Ravens against the Cincinnati Bengals at Cincinnati.
I ain't gonna think too hard on it. I want to see Lamar get better. I'm going Ravens.
You going Ravens?
Who picked ATL? James? What's up? What's up? And then what you call it coming back to? They just activated what's the wild they got
who?
They got Godwin on one side and what you call it got activated yesterday.
Who you talking about? The Ravens?
For Tampa Bay, because he picked Atlanta.
Evans back?
Evans, yeah, they say he practice squad, so I don't know if he's gonna play, but they reactivated.
Mike Evans is coming back, huh? I'm about to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, they keep an eye for their fantasy players. Just he got activated, so I don't know if he's gonna play, but I know he practiced.
Kamari say he's got the Ravens and Corey. You can't go against your team, man.
I don't care. I'm just keeping it real. I got to beat these jokers in picks. And look, I can cheer for them all day, but I'm picking Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I'm going Ravens too.
Yeah.
Okay. Next game. Raiders at the Eagles.
These boys need a bounce back game, but if the Raiders kick their butt, they out of there. But I'm going with the Eagles.
All right. Next game.
Who you got?
I got the Eagles.
Okay.
Next game. Cardinals at the Chiefs.
I think Brissett done fizzled out. he done got his couple of good games. So Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm going Chiefs also. Next game. Could be considered the game of the week.
Okay.
Buffalo Bills at the New England Patriots.
Ooh, good cold game. That's gonna be a good one. You're going to Patriots until you knock them off.
Yeah, I'm going Patriots also.
Yeah.
Next game, Jets at the Jaguars.
You know it's crazy. The Jets got 5 wins. Don't they have no? It's 4 either 5. How many they got?
I don't know how many they got, but they won't get one Sunday.
Yeah, and then hey James Lil John, I got to give you boys some props. Who that G?
Yeah, what's he doing?
What he doing? He had a concert?
I guess so.
He dancing?
I don't know. The camera bouncing up and down.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, he probably butt dialing and dancing.
He can't be butt down because he got his camera on and holding it up and came in.
Yeah, that's right. Did he send it to the wrong people?
I don't know what he's doing.
What concert he at?
I don't even know.
Oh my God. Okay. Can you mute it? Okay. So who the next one? Oh, I got Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Next one. Commanders. James Louis Jones say the Jets got 3.
Okay.
James Louis Jones say G playing laser tag.
But I was gonna give the Miami Dolphins some props because they got 6 wins. I didn't know I wouldn't.
I didn't know it was music. All right. Commanders, then the Giants.
Commanders.
I hope we can win this one.
Yeah.
We can't be in the bottom. All right. Next one. Browns against the Bears in Chicago.
Man, I want you to do it to show up, man. I want them to show up against these Bears. But it's gonna be a good one because the Bears been doing pretty well too. So I got the Browns, man. Who you got?
You got the Browns?
Yeah, I got the Browns, man. I want to see Shadua do some stuff, man.
I want to see him do good, but I don't think they're gonna beat the Bears.
So you got the Bears?
I got the Bears.
Okay.
Next one, Panthers at New Orleans.
New Orleans trash, so I'm going with Panthers.
Panthers. I'm going Panthers too.
Yeah.
Next one. This might be a game of the week too. Lions at the Rams.
I want my boy to be MVP this year, man. So I'm going with the Rams.
I'm going Rams also. Next one. Phillip Rivers and the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh man, Rivers.
Going to Seattle to play the Seahawks.
So what I just saw with the Seahawks, and you telling me a 44-year-old man coming in with 3 games of practice, there's nowhere in hell. I won't go with that. So I'm going unless they just run the ball the whole way, and they may give him 1 or 2 throws. But if he get tackled or he take one, so I'm going to Seattle.
All right, this might be another good one. Green Bay at Denver.
It's gonna be a good one at Denver. Both teams 8 and no Denver 10 wins, ain't they?
They 10-2. They right behind New England. I'm going Denver and Mile High.
I'm going. I don't like that coach, man. I'm going Green Bay.
I should go Green Bay. I don't want Green Bay to keep winning. I mean, that pushed Dallas that much further down.
Yeah.
Titans at San Francisco.
Yeah, San Fran.
I'm going 49ers also.
Yeah.
Vikings at the Cowboys.
I need to see the Cowboys implode. I was on them and they let me down.
Sorry, man, how we
sorry, G. I know, right? Sorry, G.
I don't know if they can beat the Vikings though. I mean, I don't know if the Vikings can beat them.
Can beat the boys.
I don't know if they can. I guess
I'm going
with G's team. I still not gonna say it, even though Who you going with?
I'm going Vikings.
And last game, Miami.
Hold on, G. Hold on, OG. You right. They put that the rookie back in at the Vikings.
Oh yeah, the kid from Michigan.
Notre Dame. Is Michigan? Yeah, Michigan. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the boys. Change that, man. I'm going with the boys.
All right, and then the final game, Miami at Pittsburgh. Miami showed they could play in the cold last week.
They sure did. And they playing at Pittsburgh.
I'm going Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Yeah, I go Pittsburgh too.
All right.
Cool, man. Yeah, man. Get that outro music.
Is episode 34. 34.
In the books.
Good book, baby.
Good job, OG.
Yeah. I gotta get used to all this, but hey, I'm getting there.
Look, that's why you see I told him, I said, hey man, you gotta relabel them names, man, because you gotta put something where the OG can find that stuff. 'Cause I know when I saw it last time, I said, I don't know what this stuff is, but yeah, man, episode 34 in the books, man. Good job, man.
Thank you everybody for joining us. Our man Kamari, our man James, man Phil Harris, man, right to G on assignment jumped in and joined us.
At the laser tag game.
We appreciate y'all joining us. Come back and get with us again on Sunday at 7:30. Head on the swivel and keep God first. We out. Peace.